and welcome. What we're going to be doing today, because I'm bored because the coronavirus can't go out, so we're staying in and we're making some kombucha from scratch. This is a way to make kombucha if you don't have anything. You don't have the SCOBY. The SCOBY is the little mass of bacteria that you put in the tea. And if you can buy them on eBay or Amazon, I've never really trusted those. But you can make one from scratch by using some tea that you buy at the store. So what I need is, I like this brand GT's kombucha. I'm using the original, and I'll be pouring in about half a bottle. This will give you the bacteria to where the culture will start, and it will form your SCOBY in about a month. Need sugar, obviously a pot to boil water in to make your tea, and some black tea. And the half-gallon jug. You can pick up 6 of these, I think, from Walmart for about $10 or $12. Let's start. I've already started to boil my water, so what I'm going to do is take a half cup, this is a quarter cup, and then you put half a cup of sugar in there. Don't worry about, well, obviously if you don't want any sugar, you shouldn't be drinking kombucha, but the bacteria will drink or consume most of this sugar, so you'll be left with a kombucha that doesn't have too much sugar in it. If you want it sweeter with more sugar, you won't brew your kombucha as long. If you want it a little bit more sourish, then let the kombucha ferment longer and consume most or all of the sugar. So again, half a cup of sugar for approximately half gallon of kombucha. We use a wooden spoon so I'll scrape my pot. And we'll just mix that in really good. Let it dissolve. So once that has dissolved, then I'll go ahead and turn my heat off. Drop 4 bags of tea. You could use a little bit more tea if you wanted. I use 4 bags because it's nice in this particular brand. Nice and convenient. 4 bags. Now I give that about 10 minutes to steep, and we will be back in 10 minutes. All right, we're almost done with the tea steeping, but just wanted to say while I'm waiting, I've got about another minute and a half, that the great thing about making your own kombucha is that you can vary sugar levels, the fruits that you put in it, the times that it ferments, how much fizziness you want on it, and make a kombucha that you really like. It does take a little bit of experimentation, trying different things to get to a level that you like. But I've had people try the kombucha that I made that was accustomed to some of the other manufactured kombuchas you can buy at the grocery store, and really liked what they tasted. We're about at the end, probably going to hear my alarm go off pretty soon, but so I'm going to go ahead and start taking the black tea out. Okay, and I just boiled roughly about 75% of what I needed. I just did 6 cups of water, and the reason being is that I'm somewhat impatient. I like to cool down my tea instead of having it wait for an hour or two to cool down. I can go and just pour some ice in it, cool it down really quick, but I've got to take that in consideration as far as how much volume to where I can fill my, well, I guess it's about 8 cup jar. There we go. So instead of taking a long time to cool down, this makes it just a lot quicker. Now I'm just going to pour my tea into my 2-quart mason jar. And add in my half bottle of kombucha. That's about half. So if you want, you can just go ahead and drink the other half. Take your coffee filter, place it over, and your ring from your lid, just like so. So this is supposed to be breathable. Now, whenever you are doing your final fermentation, you're going to want it to be a very sealed up container. But we're just trying to grow the SCOBY now. So what I'm going to do is throw this into a warm closet and wait for about a month. And you'll notice a fairly decent sized SCOBY floating inside of that. So we'll be back in a month. Hello and welcome back. It has been 3 weeks, almost a month. I could have waited a little bit longer. Usually I would wait about a month or so, but we do have our starting SCOBY. Be sure that whenever you touch the SCOBY that you have very clean hands. You don't want to introduce any of the bacteria on your finger to the SCOBY. What we're going to need now is black tea. Your black tea again, sugar, same as last time. And I've got about 1,500 milliliters of water. That's about 6 cups. Yes, the jar will hold about 8, but I want to leave some room for some ice to cool it down fairly quickly. I don't want to have to wait forever before introducing the SCOBY and the starter liquid. This in here is your starter liquid. Most of it will be thrown out, but you will keep a little bit of it for use in your new kombucha. So we're going to start out by putting this in a bowl. You just reach in, grab your SCOBY. A little bit slimy, a little tougher than what you'd think they are. I'm just going to put it in my bowl there. Add a little bit of the starter liquid. About half a cup. Should be fine. A little bit more. Here we go. Don't drink this. This is, yeah, I guess it would be considered kombucha, but it's going to be pretty sour. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and boil our water. So we'll just wait for that to boil. By the way, my kids are here. I think they want to say hi.
Hi. Hi.
They're trying to be quiet, not doing a very good job of it.
Look what I made.
Okay, now that our water is boiling, we can add our sugar, and then we will turn the heat off and add our black tea. Got our black tea here. Oh, that smells very nice. Very nice. Hey guys, come smell this.
Okay.
And it has some like citrus in it.
I should smell it all day. No, all year.
Okay, we're going to add about half a cup of sugar. There's a quarter cup. Another quarter cup. There we go. Use a wooden spoon so I don't screw up my wife's pot. Okay, now that that's all stirred up, turn my heat off. And I'll add my tea. I'm just going to use 4 bags of tea. And give it about 15 minutes to steep. I guess depending on how much you like the tea taste, you could let it steep for less. Also, if you want a little bit sweeter kombucha, you can brew your kombucha for longer if you like the more bitter taste of the kombucha, or a little bit less if you like the sweeter taste and a little bit more of that tea taste. Okay, now that that is done, I'm going to go ahead and let my liquid cool. I'm going to go ahead and put some ice in here, just so it speeds things up a bit. I don't want to wait for an hour for this thing to cool down. Okay, I went ahead and poured my tea, now sweet black tea, into my 2-quart, I think it's 2-quart, anyway, jar, and going to go ahead and add my SCOBY with the starter liquid to it. Just go ahead and dump him in. Again, anytime you're handling your SCOBY, be sure to have clean hands. And there we go. Go ahead and put my coffee filter on. The original lid ring, whatever these things are called. And I'm going to go ahead and wait for this to ferment for a week, and then I'll come... Alexa, off. That's not funny. Anyway, I'll come back and rebottle it. So this is going to be a 2-week process from now on. In week 1, we'll wait for this right here. And then in week 2, we will put it in those smaller bottles. You can use the same type of container and just boil the whole or ferment the whole thing. But it'll go back for a second fermentation, and that's when we'll add any type of juices, ginger, pretty much any juice you want to add to it to give it more of a juicy flavor. Hello and welcome. It has now been a week, actually a little bit over a week, so I've been busy with other projects, but we're ready to do our second fermentation. So we'll just go ahead and open this up. Just clean hands. I just washed my hands. Reach in, grab our SCOBY or SCOBYs. Second one has formed. Either that or it just broke away from the first. But whenever I do another fermentation of my tea, I can throw both these in the same deal. Sooner or later these will get so thick to where they can be their own separate SCOBY, so for 2 mason jars. From here, need a little funnel. Now I could just pour this into another half-gallon container and then add my juice to it, seal it up, and it will go. I then have just a larger container to pour my kombucha from. But in this case, I'm going to use some smaller. These are just older kombucha little bottles, and just pour them into here, leaving about anywhere from 10 to 20% of space to put our juice. I'll put a little bit more into that one. There we go. I personally like more kombucha, less juice, but if you like more of that juicy flavor, then you can use, leave more space for your juice. So I've put cranberry juice into these, I've put mango juice, various like strawberry juices, pretty much whatever you want, whatever flavor you want, go with that. If you really like that fizzy flavor of your kombucha, throw in some ginger root. Just shave off a couple shavings. You'll experiment a little bit with too much, too little. Throw those in there and that will really give you that fizz if you're looking for that. So from here I'm just going to be adding my juice. I'm going to use a strawberry, it's actually a strawberry lemonade that I really like, and I'll go ahead and fill the rest up, leaving just a little bit of space between the top just for air pressure. So I'll fill it up to about right here and then go ahead and cap it nice and tight, and it will expand, it will become a little fizzy. Again, if you want more fizz, just add that ginger root for more fizz. But that's it. That is how you make kombucha from scratch. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it and would like to see future videos from me.